who could have foreseen such an attention as this? I rather expected tea, but who could have imagined we should receive an invitation to dine so immediately after your arrival?
Instance of elegant breeding indeed, cousin.
Do not let the sight of such rooms as there are at Rosings or so many servants overpower you.
Do not make yourself uneasy, my dear cousin, about your apparel. Lady Catherine is far from requiring that elegance of dress in us which becomes herself and her talkator.
Just put on whatever you've brought that's best.
She will not think the worse of you for being simply dressed. She likes to have the distinction of rank preserved. And other gardeners. Mark the windows. There are 64 in all, 64, and I have it on good authority that the glazing alone originally cost in excess of £600.
An apothecary will serve your needs quite adequately. And make sure it be no one but Nicholson, Mrs. Collins. I shall be extremely angry if I hear that you have gone elsewhere.
I assure you I have no intention to, Lady Catherine.
No, indeed, no, indeed. No intention at all.
Well... Your friend appears to be quite a genteel, pretty sort of girl, Mrs. Collins. Do you have brothers and sisters, Miss Bennet?
Yes, ma'am, I'm the second of 5 sisters.
Your father's estate is entailed to Mr. Collins, I believe. For Mrs. Collins' sake, I'm glad of it. Otherwise, I see no occasion for entailing estates away from the female line. It was never made in Sir Louis de Burgh's family.
Do you play and sing, Miss Bennet?
A little.
Oh, then sometime or other we shall be happy to hear you.
Our instrument is a capital one.
Do your sisters play and sing?
One of them does.
Why did you not all learn? The Miss Webbs all play, and their father has not so good an income as yours. Do you draw?
No, not at all.
What? None of you?
Not one.
It's very strange. I suppose you had no opportunity.
Your mother should have taken you to town every spring for the benefit of the master.
My mother would have had no objection, but my father hates London.
Has your governess left you?
We never had a governess.
No governess?
5 daughters brought up at home without a governess. I never heard such a thing.
Your mother must have been quite a slave to your education.
Indeed, ma'am, I can assure you that was not the case.
Mrs. Collins, did I tell you Lady Betcalf's calling on me yesterday to thank me for sending her Miss Pope? Lady Catherine, said she, you have given me a treasure. Are any of your younger sisters out?
Yes, ma'am, all of them.
All? What? All 5 out at once?
Oh, that's very odd. And you only the second?
The younger ones out before the older are married? Your youngest sisters must be very young.
Yes, ma'am, my youngest is not 16. She is full young to be out much in company. But really, ma'am, I think it would be very hard upon younger sisters that they not have their share of society and amusement simply because their elder sisters have not the means or inclination to marry early.
It would hardly promote sisterly affection or even delicacy of mind.
Upon my word. You give your opinion very decidedly for so young a person. Pray, what is your age?
With 3 younger sisters grown up, your ladyship can hardly expect me to own it.
Miss Bennet, you cannot be more than 20, I am sure. Therefore, there is no need to conceal your age.
I am not 1 and 20.